I'm a writer. I started writing at 12 years old. I was in middle school and I was friends with a girl. She told me that she was writing the eighth book of Harry Potter. A plot twist, one where Voldemort would have survived. I discovered a new world that day, and I started writing about Harry Potter as well, at first. Then it became Twilight. And finally, I thought one day that writing about my thoughts and emotions would be nice too. And that's where it started. That's where this new world grew so much on me that it quickly became a part of me. Writing became the easiest way of communication for me. Not only would I write stories created from scratch, but I would also write letters to people. Being vulnerable on paper has always been easier. No joke intended. So I would write about whatever I had in mind that day, whatever I would feel. And during a trip to Italy, I started writing about love. Quote, I think one of the worst feelings is to love someone that does not love you back. There's not a lot of people that talk about the subject because it usually leaves you with an aftertaste of humiliation in your mouth. It's nothing you've ever tasted before. It makes you feel like you're not enough to reach the heart of the person you love. There's absolutely nothing wrong about that. If Cupid was giving an arrow for every single person we fall in love with, at the end of our lives, we would probably all look like as if we just won the Hunger Games. And what do I know? Maybe Cupid does give us an arrow for every single one of them. And maybe it's just us that keeps missing them. Maybe it's just practice until you reach the right target. Maybe it's all written. And maybe Cupid perfectly knows what he's doing. End quote. And as recently as yesterday, I thought that writing my podcast episodes would be a good idea. It would mix my love for writing and my love for talking. It would make me vulnerable to be able to heal my wounds. It would make me raw. It would show people that it is not a weakness to have emotions or to express them. Because this is what makes them human. This is what makes you not running away from your own shadow. This is what makes you powerful. This is what makes you the creator of your own life, no longer the victim. Call it weakness if you're afraid to face it, but knows that it starts with you. The hope of a better world, the idea of a new life, unity. It starts with you being kind to yourself. It starts with you talking to yourself. It starts with you understanding yourself. It starts with you knowing your patterns. It starts with you breaking cycles, and then the world will follow. So I'll be the example. Instead of only feeling hurt by an unpleasant comment, I'll ask myself, why do I feel that way? Why does this random person that doesn't know me and judge an aspect of me that make them uncomfortable in their own skin manage to make me believe what they think of me? When it comes to them, I might already know the pattern. They see an aspect of me that is making them feel of themselves, or more precisely, who they refuse to become, what they don't allow themselves to be. It has nothing to do with me. This is called projecting, and their problems are not mine. No, instead, I will ask myself, what do I feel? Then, why do I feel this way? And to finish, what can I do to make me believe the opposite? Hell, I'll make a podcast of it. The key is to trust yourself. If you felt that way, that means it is important, not something that you can easily dismiss. And it's not because the unpleasant comments might sometimes come from family members that it means that you should shut the F up, accept and believe the version they have of you, and be a good girl. The only real version is the one you are right now, not the one who's afraid to say no, not the one who doesn't want problems, not even the one who's sticking to excuses like, but they love me, and I love them. Your love for yourself should be the bigger one, the stronger one, the one that says no when it's not aligning with it. My family dynamic isn't what people expect or imagine as normal. I always feel like the black sheep, the one that always creates problems, the one that's different. I think differently, act differently, and been said numerous times that at 1 year old, when I arrived in France in my adoption family, I arrived with my personality. I knew what I liked, knew what I didn't like, and what I wanted. I grew up feeling like an alien, looking like an alien, a black person living in a society made for white people, not being able to find proper products for my hair and skin. I had to adapt. I had to fit in the box. I had to ignore who I really was or who I could become to fit society's expectations of me. Until I realized that I was not happy. God, I was miserable. And I decided, after a long meditative walk, that people would accept me for who I am or go away. That it was not my fault, not my responsibility, not even my choice. They made the choice not to accept me. I don't have to feel guilty. I shouldn't feel guilty. And I decided that day that it would also apply to my family. If members of my family, or anyone, has trouble respecting my boundaries, then they made their choice, which include not staying in my life. I didn't ask for them to understand me, and I believe that it is possible to respect someone without having to understand them, without having to fully grasp the reason why the person asks that specific thing. If that person, let's call it Lucy, asks you to stop saying something, she doesn't even have to tell you why. Usually she'll say it. She'll say that it's hurting her, or something of that sort. And you'll either keep doing it knowing it's hurting her, either stop doing it. Just know that if you keep ignoring her feelings, she will leave. In this scenario, my family would argue about my feelings. They'll ask what I feel like that. And if I give them a reason that is not explaining it enough for them to finally understand, they'll tell me that it is ridiculous to feel this way, that I shouldn't feel this way. They'll make me feel guilty for ever feeling that. And you know what? If they hear this, they won't even agree with me. But I decided not to care anymore of what other people think or feel about me. I don't want to try to fit in anymore. Society is not made for you to be yourself, but to be docile, controlled, unthreatening. I honestly thought that if my family don't understand me, then I am the problem. I am the issue. I am the one who should change what I'm feeling. I should feel bad for even feeling or thinking that way. They won't understand that someone having an opposite perception does not mean anyone's perception is right or wrong, just different. And the fact that they don't understand that point made me feel like they were not understanding me, accepting me. They were not accepting me for who I was. And once I made peace with this, the healing process finally started. And once I recognized the pattern I was in, the role people played in my life, and ended unhealthy cycles, well, I still don't feel like I'm on the other side of it. Yes, cycles were broken, but new and healthier habits take times. The in between takes time. The moment when you're trying not to fall back into old patterns, and the creation and discovery of yourself. It's both a creation and a discovery because it's new, it's raw. You've never been that version before. So, what does freedom mean to you? What is the version of yourself being fully and freely yourself? What does it mean? How does it look like? How does it feel like? How would you act? Who would you be? See how working on yourself, searching for answers, and evolving does not stop at 21? It never stops. Some people choose to ignore their own feelings. They don't want to look inward. They might never enter the in between state, and that's okay. It is their choice. and it is not on you. Stop feeling guilty for something you don't have control on. Stop trying to change them, even though you're just asking them to finally respect you. Accept the reality you're in and make a choice for yourself. Antara is not for everyone, but if you're listening to this, it is for you.